Dead Space 2, we're on Zealot mode, Chapter 3, Part 1, AA Gamer for
I
Life.
thought we lost you.
Alright, so we just made it through the little train ride and bounced us off down here. We're going to go ahead and loot the area
This won't be the
and
most pleasant
continue
route, but it'll
on.
get you to the Cassini Towers residential sector. Damn it! Timon has your signal again. Keep moving. You're very important to them, Isaac. Hold tight. I'll contact you soon.
Alright, so once we get towards the other side, we're going to spawn up a bunch of these little baby feeders or whatever they're called. What's it called, to be honest with you. But anyway, you're going to have a little bit of a wave of them coming at you.
Isaac, you're still alive? We can't talk. I think they're tracking our signals. Are the memories coming back to you? They're coming back to me. The good ones. And the bad ones. The more I remember, the more my head hurts. I keep seeing the symbols. Do you see the symbols too, Isaac? In him. I keep seeing his face. Shit, tell me.
Well, considering I don't have to buy any power nodes, I'm totally free to buy some ammo, which is something I rarely ever do. Oh, nice. Guy's punk ass before he dropped down.
Nolan Stross. He was a patient in the project, just like you.
Yeah? Well, why was he there? What does he want?
He's a psychopath, Isaac. Stay clear of him. He murdered his own wife and child.
Okay, I'll be careful.
In accordance with Titan Station Civic Code, I am declaring martial law. All citizens are ordered to evacuate.
Dana, I thought you were routing me to residential. This looks like a unitology recruitment center. Am I still on track?
Yes. There's an old maintenance access point in there that'll take you through the waste disposal system and into the Cassini Towers. Stay sharp.
Okay, one of the last achievements I haven't got yet was to get 20 kills, getting enemies sucked through a decompression glass. And most of the achievements, not most, but a lot of the achievements will roll over to your other playthroughs. So let's say you didn't get 30 kills with a flamethrower and you were playing it on any particular difficulty, the kills would still count. But anyway, I got all the kills that I needed, but the decompression glass was the one that you're just going to have to do multiple times through the game. There's just not enough enemies to get the kills you need. I believe there's only like 4 or so times through the game where you're going to come across the decompression glass. So it took a few minutes and kept reloading the checkpoint, and I don't know, there's 4 or 5 enemies right there, but it doesn't work. So basically, the one achievement for the vacuum cleaner, I think it's called, you're just going to have to keep replaying the game until you get that achievement. But if you played the game on easy and then replayed it again to get some other achievements done, and then reloaded the game to do it on a harder difficulty, you'll get your kills in. But if you played it on easy and you went straight to hardcore, the Zealot achievement will not unlock. You're still going to have to do it again on Zealot. And if you're playing the game on hardcore, just follow some of the tips about playing it on hardcore. You do not want to be messing with that decompression glass while you're doing that.
Okay. Whoever sees this, listen up.
You can use kinesis to pull blades off dead ones and shoot it back at them. Watch. Watch. Stayed like 3 hours using this trick. You see? Just shoot it back at them. I'm gonna bleed out soon. I got clipped pretty bad earlier. So this helps you out. Whoever you are.
So playing the game on hardcore, what I did is like that decompression blast there, even before the enemy spawn up, I'm way back, and even probably on the corner to try it so I don't get sucked down. But nevertheless, I try shooting the glass wherever possible. So I would do that is shoot the glass, close the door, and then just deal with the enemies as they're coming at me. When you're on hardcore, there's no reloading of a checkpoint, and there's just it's something that you just don't need to be doing while you're on hardcore. Hardcore is all about pretty much just getting to the end of the game. You only have 3 saves for the whole game. If you die at any particular point, it's pretty much back to the beginning, depending on where you're at, what part of the game you're at. Okay, it's a semi-glitch, basically. On hardcore mode, there is no reloading of a checkpoint, but if you get to Chapter 7, where you put the new disc in, or your second disc in, it kind of checkpoints there. But anything prior to Chapter 7, if you die, you're going right back to the beginning of the game. So, again, if you're going to converse on hardcore, look through some of those videos and any helpful tips. But on hardcore, you basically got to play the whole beginning part of the game to all the way up to Chapter 7 to where you change the disc, and then that gives you a little bit of breathing room. Anything after that, if you die, you go right back to the beginning of 7. But our first save isn't until a quarter way into Chapter 10. So once you start hardcore, you cannot really shut your system off until you get to the beginning part of 10. That's just the way it is. So yeah, my Xbox kind of stayed on idle for a little bit while that was going. And, you know, obviously if there's any power spikes or anything like that, you're kind of screwed. But if you want to get your hard to the core achievement, that's what you have to do to get it. Definitely a little breather there when you finally made it to Chapter 10, and it's a good haul, man. I mean, all the way through 7, 8, 9, and then in the beginning part of 10. The beginning part of 10, there's really not a lot happening until you get to your first save, but still a good haul to get there and without dying. So. Nevertheless, I did make it, and I was definitely feeling pretty good about getting the hard to the core achievement. It's kind of like beating the Gears of War game on Insane, you know, a little sense of accomplishment there, because it was a tough battle, no question about it. Okay, the ammo that's lootable is very limited. and you start off with that bullshit suit. And even if you got the suit, packs, and weapons, which is a huge help, it's still quite a task to get the game done. So nice. Dead Space 1 and 2, through the walkthroughs, I would always mention that you want to keep one power node in your inventory at all times for doors like this. Dead Space 3 was done a little differently, but in 1 and 2 you definitely wanted to keep one or so of the power nodes with you so you can get through those doors. It was always a good payday. I can only think of maybe like one time where it really wasn't worth it, but nevertheless, you want to keep a power node in your inventory at all times for those lootable doors there. 9 times out of 10 you will most likely make enough money back to pay for the power node that you just used to get through there. So if there's a ruby conductor in there, that's 10,000 credits right there, so that's a power node in itself, so that's a payday right there.
Soldiers have found me. They're tracking me in some sort of gunship.
You're almost here. Hurry.
Go ahead and save it. Save a lot, save often. It cannot hurt, even though we are on Zealot and we can't reload a checkpoint. But we hit this room down here, a little bit of a wave before we can get through the door. Good luck, man. Not turning that one into a nothing. Often made comments, and you can see this room is just filled up with candles, and it makes you wonder where the hell they get all the candles from? The gift shop? And I don't know. It seemed like could be a fire hazard. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of candles sitting on the floor. Hope that's not carpeted when we're walking on here. That could be bad. And you're in space. I don't know actually if it's space or whatever, CJ7 or whatever it's called, but nevertheless, I don't know if I want to be using all my oxygen to be burning candles, but anyway, they got power for the doors here, so that, anyway. Okay, so hang back here on the stairs and kind of watch the rotation of the bullets coming down from the gunship. Even if your air isn't upgraded, you should have plenty of time to get to the other side. That's basically the way to do that. We get through, we're in the church, it starts chapter 4, so I'm going to go ahead and break it here and get to chapter 4. We'll see you on the next one.